Hey guys, this is Super Gamer 61499 here, or Soups for short. How are you all doing? I hope you're all having a lovely, a lovely weekend or whatever. I hope you all having a good Saturday at least, like tonight, or if you see this Sunday. I hope you're having a good, just having a good, just having a good day. Period. Uh, Today I felt like I don't know why I just kind of felt like because I've really been liking this game. I for what I've been trying. You know, it's called Demon Tides, a 3D platformer. You know, the sequel to another game that I played like a year ago called Demon Turf. It's a sequel to that game. I really really like this game. I haven't I haven't finished it. I haven't quite I haven't quite fit I'm not close to even like finishing or completing the game. But I just been kind of thinking this game has just been really fun, honestly. Uh Anyone who knows me in real life or even online, I guess, they might know me. They might know me on Blue Sky for posting a lot of anime a lot, but one of my favorite gaming genres that I do love to replay and talk about a lot is 3D collectathons. Like specifically, I love love 3D collectathons. I've played like a ton. At least the ones that like the ones everyone's played before. Banjo Kazooie, Spyro the Dragon, Super Mario 64, Jack and Daxter 1, the precursor legacy, uh, even DK 64. I know that game. I know that game gets a lot of shit, like back then, even still, but like, I love DK 64. I think DK 64 is the fucking tits. But honestly, I just really love 3D collectathons. I usually try whenever I can, like try to back any 3D collectathon that looks promising, whether it be, whether it be, whether it be ukulele, the remake for ukulele, Demon Turf, Demon Tides, A Hat in Time. I'm trying to think of other ones, like there's a lot. Like even I know these aren't really indie platformers or 3D collectathons, but even like Crash 4 It's About Time, I bought a PS4 copy of it, and I love that game. It's so cool. Like I love all the Crash games. Well, mostly. Like um hold on, just give me a sec. I'm gonna read the dialogue, then keep going on. Yeah. Uh, it's funny. I actually do even like Wrath of Cortex. The game the game everyone like Dylan the Night Owl and all those big YouTuber essayists will tell you is like this secretly horrible 3D platformer where I just kind of think it's okay. I don't think it's like amazing. I don't think it's as good as like Crash 1, 2, or 3, or even like Twin Sanity and It's About Time, but like I think it's kind of cooked how like a lot of people will tell you that game is like horrible, but it's not even like that badly designed, you know? In my opinion, I think it's okay. I don't think it's like the worst game ever, but I don't think it's the best game either. I think it's like a 6, like fine. I even like that game, and maybe that's me being uber generous. I'm sort of weird like that. I even love shit like Tai, the 3D tack in the power games, like Tack in the Power of Juju, Tack 2, the Staff of Dreams, the Tack 3, like co-op multiplayer, like like game. Like there's so many cool things, you know. But I mostly try to back shit that I think is promising, but especially for 3D platformers, like I love 3D platformers. You know, I've been really looking forward to like especially playing this one because I did enjoy Team and Turf. I thought Team and Turf was really cool, a pretty neat. It's like a pretty neat Mario 64 like like collectathon starring the little demoness brat like Beebs and her little posse. You go by level to level as you're going through each level. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me restart that because that is like a really crappy way to say it. Hold on. That game. Okay. So imagine it like like imagine it as like a 3D platformer with like some neat collectathon elements, collecting and to impress each I guess each boss of the region enough to where like you get closer to the Demon King. I think it had a really fun, charming story, a charming set of it, like set of settings. I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed the graphics. I enjoyed the music. I just thought it was really cool. And when I heard, you know, like after they made Demon Turf like Neon Splash, which I've yet to play that admittingly. Like I still gotta play that. Like I was pretty excited to hear that they were making a sequel to Demon Turf. Like I just kind of thought, oh well, that's kind of cool actually, because I was just kind of like, 2026 this year. I need something to I need something modern to play, so I'm not just always favoriting retro recency trying. Like I've been playing a lot of retro games, I guess, like the remaster of Tomb Raider 1. I've been playing uh what else? I've also been playing like Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk, like Rethawed. I showed that in a prior video, but I've really just been thinking to myself, you know, I always preach about like giving new indie games a try, and I do try to keep to my word, even if I don't have a lot of money. Like even though I don't have a lot of money as a landscaper, because like I said in prior videos, I did have to move to another state, and I need to reset a customer base for where I live now. Like I still try to support games however I can, like whenever I do get money. And I feel like Demon Turf's sequel, I mean, I always felt like was gonna be high up there, like for like wanting to play this year. And from what I tried, I don't know, it's pretty cool, honestly. I think it's a pretty cool game. It has good mechanics. You have you kind of, what you see is what you get. The left bumper turns you into a snake. Double jumping turns you into a bat. This turns you into a corkscrew, or that's how it kind of looks to me. And like, this one is your dash attack. Like apparently, unlike I think the original, which was more a projectile based attack, in this game they more wanted to focus on like I guess a dash attack, simplifying the combat, which I think it kind of a collectathon. I think it's fine. Like I think I can go one way or the other. I play games with projectile type weapons. Like say the Rayman game. Well, like Rayman 2 and 3. No, Rayman 2 is the one with projectile weapons. Whereas Rayman 3 is the one where you throw your fist. But I don't mind one way or the other. A lot of it's just been really cool and interesting, Like, I can't really complain too much. Okay. how would I describe the structure of this game? Because that's like, if I were to recommend it to you, okay, if I were to recommend it to people, one way I would probably describe this game is like, think of like the Wind Waker and a mix of, like the Mario Bowser's Fury expansion for 3D World on Switch. You go to island, surfing, you know, no, you know, you go from island to island. You go around solving little platforming challenges, exploration island challenges, and you build your way more and more up until you beat the game. This is like divided into basically three corners. I've been stuck mainly on the beginning, but like I've been making progress inch by inch. It's quite an expansive set of choices, all things considered. Nothing's really barred from you, like, as the player. There's no, like, it's not like Mario 64 where you're barred from going to most places until you've done, like, at least a couple of missions in Bomb Battlefield. In this game, you can, like, I think you can do, like, a lot of islands early on. And I love that shit. I think that's really neat flexibility, honestly. Well, you can see, I like how the dialogue, is very charming, adds to the world building. I like how this game encourages you to, like, really explore, think of your environment, carefully. Use each of your abilities, like the wall slides, the wall dash. Honestly, I don't know. For anyone who has played a 3D platformer, a lot of this stuff is pretty standard. Like, like a side flip. Everyone knows how to do a side flip. But I just, with this game, I like how this stuff works in tandem with the level design and the movement. With the level design and movement, you can really get the feeling. You really get the feeling that a lot of things synergize well. And for 3D, at least for 3D collectathons especially, synergistic movement where one action, like say me jumping down and then doing like this higher jump, like it should have synergy. Like I should be able to jump out of shit. Maybe like want to auto cancel. Like I don't know, maybe I want to do a side flip. Like say a side flip. Oh, sorry. Okay, I fucked up. But you get the idea. You do this, you side flip, dash. Side flip. There's so many cool ways to traverse the level design. There's a lot of verticality in these levels. Like it'll hardly ever just have just flat terrain. Like that's the impression I got from my first 6 hours playing the game. But sorry, excuse me. But as you can kind of see, you really get the feeling that the designers with this game, they really want you to take advantage of the moveset, like what you could do. It's always got that accessible skill floor, but the skill ceiling, I guess is higher for those who want more player expression. These games are not remotely that challenging, but I think what makes them appealing to me, and many people, is really not rocket science. It's all about the synergistic movement, how you can deal with multiple objectives how you want, and you're really encouraged to explore. you know, you know, I generally, like I said, I play a lot of collectathons. At least like the popular ones. A ton. I've done like a ton of replays of Spyro 1 through 3. Spyro 2 and 3 especially are fucking goated in my mind. I fucking love Spyro 2 and 3. Yeah. Amazing in my opinion. But, you know, it's just, I just can't help when I play this game. And when I play games like it just, I don't know, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy to play video games, enjoy them, spend my hard-earned money as a landscaper to enjoy them. I know, granted, these games don't appeal to everybody. Hell, even in some friends in my friend group, you know, like they told me they don't even care for collectathons. But for me, these games just fucking rock. They're fun, really accessible, fair, you know, and like yeah, you know, they're certainly not gonna, I'd be lying. Like, of course, a lot of them are gonna be like super hard, but you don't really play collectathons for like difficulty specifically. Yeah? You play it to feel flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. It's just a different experience compared to most. Well, well, at least compared to like more challenge-driven genres like Souls-likes. Souls-likes are not about ebb and flow. They're about. It's more about just mastering the patterns, mastering enemy movements and patterns, getting the right weapon, leveling up. You get the whole thing. Get to a bonfire. Like everyone, I'm sure you, I'm sure you've all at least understand how those kind of games work. But in those games, you're not like in like a Dark Souls. You're not like chaining moves together or like really taking advantage of the level design in that kind of sense. Not if you're playing it regularly. Whereas games like these, like Mario 64, A Hat in Time, you're taking advantage of movement. You're playing these games to want to get better at them. Like to pull off cool sick shit. It's like part of the reason Mario 64, the original, not the remake or the Shindo N64 Japanese version, like in those, like it feels more like there isn't really much of that, like I guess that I like to call speedrun tech. But in the in the original Mario 64, you're fucking pulling off like so much shit. You can do 0-star runs, 1-star runs. You can play the game however you wanted. And it's really all up to you how you want to play the game. And like, I don't know. I just think it's really satisfying as a player to be like discovering secrets at your own pace. I don't know. I just really enjoy these games. That's why I really want to recommend Demon Tides. I just am like, Demon Tides is really fun. And I just kind of enjoy exploring these worlds, trying to get as many collectibles as possible. I'm trying to find the last chest. Because I know there should be a chest somewhere. But like with these kind of games, you're really in control of your movement. It's really about that flow. I don't know. Whereas when I think about even other platformers that are more, like, say, more challenge based, like, say, Tomb Raider, classic Tomb Raider isn't about ebb and flow. It's about getting better getting better at the, square by square movement. You really have to master the way Lara Croft feels. you're really mastering it. You're mastering her movement. And it's a lot more tank control like than like full analog support. Most people I can understand preferring like I can understand preferring one or the other, but for me it's all about execution of design intentions, and how does it play in reality, you know? What exactly as a designer are you getting across? I think both tank controls and regular 3D analog controls both can work really well. It's like why I kind of say there's a reason why I feel Mario 64 is just a timeless video game, in my opinion. I, I know not. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't even say I know not everyone. Like, I'm sure a lot of people fucking played Mario 64, like, even when they were growing up. Like, or at least have heard of it. You'd have to be like really ignorant of gaming culture not to at least know of Mario 64. You know, even if you never grew up with it. But it is really it's just crazy to think how one of the first ever 3D collectathons ever made, like it basically got the fundamentals down almost perfectly. I mean, I guess I can understand, like, I can understand if it isn't everyone's favorite collectathon, but Mario 64 really understood so much. Triple jumps, dives, backflips, front flips, side flips, long jumps. It's like you're really in control with that game, huh? I don't know. I love collectathons. What can I say? Okay. I don't know if I'm doing base shit or if I'm fucking like if I'm being like a fucking dumbass, like fucking not. I don't know. I'm gonna chalk this up to me doing overly fancy movement when I could just do this. Okay, that's weird. Okay, fuck that. All right, like I got a good example. Like, see, like that. That is the kind of movement I love in these kind of games. Like, you could just fucking avoid. Like, if you wanted to, you could do shit like that. You know, like, I think, like, intentionality of design is really cool, don't get me wrong. And, like, I think to a certain point, you do have to. Like, control should always match level design. Always. Always, always, always. Definitely, for sure. Like Tomb Raider 1's grid by grid movement. Or, Sonic's momentum design with the more, curvy design. Like Green Hill Zone, Starlight Zone, Angel Island. Like, sorry. Like, there's so many levels in Sonic that rely on the whole curve type design, like Lava Reef. I was gonna say Casino Night. Okay, I'll say Casino Night. And hell, even like, sorry, my brain. I was gonna say also Mushroom Hill. I guess that counts. Like, but in a Sonic game, you know how the momentum in tandem with the design works. But in games like Collectathons, it's all mainly about the movement. It's more about being in control as the player. Like, how can I do sick as fuck shit? Like, kick this box. Like, and get some, and get some fucking crystals or purple eyes, and buy shit at the market. And get some cool get some cool cosmetics. I love that shit. I don't know, I just think it's cool. you know, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that going by sea isn't this tedious nonsense that some games do, like where it's overly bloated. They put the sea or whatever, the open world, and it's like this overly big map just to waste your fucking time as the player. Like you're not doing any you're not doing anything mechanical by making a bigger map. Mechanics inform design, you know? Oh, okay. You know, I can kind of tell who did this. We have the Mr. Joker guy, I think, or oh no, wait, no, nope, it's the King fucker. But like, okay, sorry, I'm gonna go on a random tangent and just say, oh no, wait, I want to get into orange. Like, look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This looks amazing. Like the lighting here with the oranges and yellows looks so good in my opinion. It looks so good. You know, like it's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous, honestly. I love this shit. Um Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Now I forgot. Oh yeah. Double design should always complement mechanics. So when I think about collectathons, a central thing that you need to get right is that you have to make you have to make the mechanics feel complementary to the design. Or sorry, the design should complement the mechanics, not the other way around. If you design the levels without if you design the levels without the mechanics in mind, you could make like shitty fucking levels. Like think of Bubsy 3D. Okay, I know. I'm sorry. Such a cliche choice. I understand. I understand. I'm not saying anything profound by criticizing Bubsy 3D, but think about this. It's not the fact that it's a tank control type collectathon that's the issue. The issue is the design is not complementary to that design. I know some people would disagree with me and say, oh, like, I don't know, like, tank control should never be in a 3D platformer. But look at Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is grid by grid. You know when you do a long jump, you know you're going to jump 2 squares. When you do a short jump, it's always going to be 1 square. You know every single time with a tank control type game, you should know how many jumps you're going to make, and the game shouldn't fuck you over, and like its logic should be applicable like every single time, reliable. I don't know. Like if it isn't reliable, then that's shitty design in my opinion. Like like that's the reason I've heard why Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness is like, well, part of the reason it's a bad game is because the controls are not grid by grid. They're like this shitty alternative, you know? It's not like, I guess it's still tank controls, but it's not well done tank controls. Or you think about classic Resident Evil and Silent Hill 1, you know? Like those are games that are not about combat. It's about puzzles, exploring. You're more about it's more about getting and like solving each part of a dungeon or part of the mansion, Spencer Mansion, or whatever it may be. Like there's a ton of thought in that kind of game. So I don't think necessarily tank controls are a problem even in 3D platformers. I think it's all down to execution of the ideas. Ideas are just blueprints. You know, think about I think about it like this. Um it's like how movies like Eraserhead. Racerhead is a really interesting. It's a really interesting, well-made movie with puppetry, really interesting symbolism about fatherhood, and we're following the character and his like psychological mental breakdown as he's taking care of a baby who's crying and having a hell of a time. I don't know, I guess raising a child, even though you know, it's not the child's fault. You know, it's not the child's fault. I guess it's more like the parents' fault for not wanting to take care of the baby properly in this surreal, really David Lynch, otherworldly type atmosphere. Part of the reason that movie, in my opinion, I at least think is really interesting is because, um, I just think it's really interesting because it knows how to do that, like create surrealistic atmosphere. I don't think all movies should really be like that, and I don't even think most movies. I don't think. I don't think most traditional structured movies like Disney movies benefit from an unorthodox structure. But in a Lynch film, yeah, it does. I think it does. And people should think about that with video games. Um, it's not the tools that are the problem. It's how you construct the tools and how you're doing it that could inform how people feel about it. You know, like I don't know. I don't try to be like a dick or anything. I understand people have their preferences, and like I said, I don't really mind. Um, I don't really mind if people dislike tank controls or even the idea of it in most games. But I think it's a shame how most people will just kind of judge blankly the idea of doing something rather than the execution of said idea. Ideas ideas are not in and of itself bad or good. They are just blueprints to potential success. I wouldn't blame my carpenter if I wouldn't blame my carpenter just because they came up with an idea. I would blame the carpenter or the person making the house if they did a fucking terrible job. But that's like completely different. You know what I mean? Like if you think about that with art, I don't know. You tend to be more open minded to like unorthodox art or art that's more out there. Like it's not something isn't crappy just because an internet critic like on the internet screams it's badly aged and now suddenly now it doesn't have any merit, It doesn't magically just become bad design, you know what I mean? Or at least that's how I look at it personally, yeah. I know it's just like a really random tangent, but you know, I just kind of think the issue with games that badly do tank controls, like I guess like say what I've heard with original Croc and Bubsy 3D is just that it doesn't complement the design as much. Not that tank controls are bad, always, in my opinion. That's how I look at it. Okay. I gotta be careful, or I'm gonna be doing stupid shit. And I really had this in the back of my mind. Sometimes I say this more really as an opinionated nerd than like an authority on what's good or quote unquote objectively good or objectively bad design. I'm more like I just try to be open minded. I don't know. I try to give any game a try. I don't care if it's like from 50 years ago, released this year, like this game, or like I don't know anything else in between. Like I don't think a bad game. I don't think of aged or not aged well. I think of is a game good or bad, or that's how I think of it personally. I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. If I were also to get back to this game specifically, one thing I really compliment beyond just the excellent art direction, in my honest opinion, like with the popping colors and all that, I also just think the character animations look genuinely and look great. They look great. They're well done. They have a ton of fluidity, and even with the cutscenes, I kind of just think you have a level of quality that I would consider really good. Like, I don't know. It might not be like, say, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, like, amazing, but I'd still say it's really cool. Like, even just sitting down and, like, having little things where you can, you sit, you could, like, dance. I just think it's charming as shit. You know, I don't know. I just think it's a really charming game. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for, charm. Like, you could just kind of vibe to a game like this. Or I can, at least. I can say, yeah, I like it. It's cool. I think I just really like games like this. Hmm. Hold on. I'm gonna keep going. I gotta find those some more purple eyes or whatever they're called. But I don't know. I think the eyelid structure. I think the visuals look amazing. In my opinion, I think just having all these charming details makes games more than the sum of a few parts, which I know is probably one of the most cliched things to say, but like it is true. A lot of games are just informed by like one ultimate ultimate thing. Not even like stuff like Dark Souls. I know everybody and their grandma will be like, "Oh, those games are popular because they're hard." But it's not even just that, "Oh, they're hard." It's the world building, Lordran's a believable place, a lot of amazing environmental storytelling and world building, great bosses, great atmosphere, great build sets and variety. That is what makes a game, I think, makes a game more than just the sum of a few parts. Like, that's a great example there. Dark Souls isn't just great because of one reason. It's great for a lot of good reasons, in my opinion. Um, like, you really get the feeling, like, the people who make games like this, they really love video games. They do, like, they care about video games. They don't just be like, oh, they don't just be like, like, is, is the bare minimum just enough? No, it's more than just that. Like, did you do a great job? Did you do a ton of things well? Some people will just kind of fold in their jobs, but for a lot of developers, I like to imagine they could do truly incredible things. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I need to express though that I'm not trying to I'm not trying to gas up every game that I play or whatever and say, oh, this is like the peak of video games. I genuinely like games like this. They're cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just, even the character, like, just talking to characters, like that girl Lucy, I just think it's charming. I think it's just really cool. Like, that's what I think about with video games is, I don't know, did I enjoy more than one aspect of the game? Does it have a memorable quality? Yeah. It really, like, it really distinguishes the just good games from the really, in my opinion, great or even stellar games. Like, you just have all this shit that you can enjoy. Hmm. See, like, these character animating, like, character animating cutscenes are really good. Like, in my opinion. I enjoy it. I don't know. Well, too bad, too sad. You know, with your fucking crystals. You know? Oh yeah, here we go. Our boss. Alright. Oh, bombs. Thank you. Thank you. I love bombs. I can pick them up. Yeah, like, see, this is something I think, especially 3D indie games, well, collectathons have been improving, is that they've been improving boss design, in my opinion. When I think about, like, even the really good collectathons that I do enjoy, like, even ones like Spyro, you know, ones like Spyro, I don't think necessarily have incredible boss design. I just think they're good enough for what they are, like, for their given context. You know, they're not the reason you typically play collectathons, but when I think about the modern ones, like this game, Mario Odyssey, A Hat in Time, Yuko Replay, I think, oh yeah, these games are, you know, I think they've been improving on boss design, at least making them, I guess, more compelling, more challenging. You know, like I said. Oh, hopefully I'm not gonna be a stupid head and get myself killed already. Yeah. Oh. Like, it's crazy, honestly. I have felt like shit has improved, honestly. Yeah. Like, I don't know. All right, come on. Like, even just having the drop shadow, like, for this top down perspective, you can tell these developers have gotten better. Like, just having purposeful fixed camera angles for the boss is an important design thing. You gotta think in comparison. Even think 30 years ago, in Mario 64, what was your best boss fight in Mario 64? I guess the final boss, I guess? But, like, the camera never was used in this purposeful way where it would, like, highlight attacks, dodge radiuses. You know, like, there wasn't any of that. Most of them were piss easy, and, like, best, maybe the camera would do a top down angle, but not in this kind of way, you know what I mean? Like, that is improvement of a genre, in my opinion. Or at least, I don't know. Or at least something I feel like collectathons don't do the best. Like, collectathons aren't known for boss design. I'm sorry, they're not. I don't know, it's like, it's just not that kind of game, I guess, you know? But, I'm kind of glad that the modern ones are improving, at least. You know, even like stuff like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, even that's been improving boss design. I know I'm taking way too much time. I am very sorry, but I don't know. See, I was able to beat that in my first try. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. No, it's not done yet. I can't even jump anymore. Wow. Okay. Like, no, like, I would call this a genuine improvement on, like, stuff like even Mario 64, Spyro 1, Spyro 2. Like, a lot of those games don't have great boss design. A lot of them are so lame and dumb. And they're like a fucking pushover. Like, I like that these have improved, you know? Hmm. Oh. I mean, yeah, like, see, that... I don't know, see, that was a pretty good... That was a pretty good boss fight. You know, I enjoyed it a lot. It was fun. I got to enjoy it. And it was like my first try. I beat it the first try. Hmm. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm pretty positive, like I said, on this game. I think it's pretty cool. It's so weird. I haven't even shown, like, other shit. Like, those little optional challenge rooms that you pay a lollipop guy in order to, like, get into them. Like, those are just as cool, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like I said, wholeheartedly recommend this. I don't know what it's like for other countries, but I got this, like, priced at, like, I think it's, like, 22 American bucks or something like that, roughly. Had, like, a 10% off deal, like on Friday, but I can't imagine it's, like, that much more expensive, but I don't know. I don't know currency rates for all countries, like, say, Brazil and Canada. Like, it's probably a lot more expensive. You know, but, you know, like I said, it is, like, a wholeheartedly really cool game. Hold on. I wonder if I can even, like, I wonder if I can actually just, like, buy shit now. Because I want to show that off, but... there we go. Like, see, I like that. Like, even this little ship. This little ship has a lot of charm to it. Yeah. Here's the dancing thing I was talking about. See, that's really cool to me, yeah? You like dance, sit. Hope now I can actually, let me try something. Because now that I beat a boss, I should have another ability I can use. So these are ones I've bought so far, but you know, as you can see, they have different effects, different stat boosts, or you know, different stat buffs, different advantages, disadvantages. I like that you can really mess around with these. Like, I bought a couple of them, but you know, like, you can read them, but like, see, snake drifting, for example, that would really help, because I really love the form snake drifting. It's really fun. You know, even in terms of general performance, like maybe the game might need to load an island or two, but like after that point, it's gonna run like at 60. At least for me, it does. Like it is so smooth, so well done. See, that was like only a second of maybe a second of delay. Hardly the biggest deal. Hardly the biggest deal, like in the world for me. Maybe if like you're really picky and anal, but like maybe you might say, oh well, the game shouldn't be having moments like that. But I just kind of say I don't really care that much. Okay, that's weird. I thought I could buy shit, but I guess I can. I just can't like. Where the meat? There we go. I'm like, where the fuck is where's that turtle guy? I want to talk to him, huh? You know? So weird. I want to, like, actually talk to the NPCs and then buy an item. I know that's kind of a weird thing. Like, why does it matter? But I like that. But yeah, like I said, this is a really cool game. I definitely wholeheartedly recommend it. Like, even I like this little fast travel thing. Like, if you're really annoyed, even just like going back to levels, you could just like fucking fast travel. Which I think really is like the best way you could probably handle this, in my honest opinion. It's like, it's both enjoyable just to go to the islands the first time, but it's also just enjoyable fast traveling if you need to go scoop up a couple items. I think every game, or most games that I could think of, can benefit from these kind of small additions. Like, in my opinion, that's just how I feel. Okay, I am being stupid. But, like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, like, see, this guy... See, that would be more like a Mario 64 type boss. Like, you hit the hands... You hit the hands a couple times, then you hit the gear, like this, and then you back away, like this. Like, really, really fast. Like, that's more like a Mario 64, like, boss. But luckily, these are more like a mini-boss. So, at least, like, I guess I could find it a little more forgivable for mini-bosses, since... I guess since you can do these in it, like, in any order you want to, like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. At least in my opinion. Oh. Sorry, I forgot. Oh yeah, that's cool too. You can even do like you can do the snake form, like even in a mini boss. I never thought to do it till now, but I usually don't do it for these reasons. Like I bump into shit or I hit the flames like too quick. Like there's a lot of risk doing it this way, so you don't want to do it like me. Like, see, I'm a silly head. I'm a silly head, so I play risky in video games. Like even like games like Quake, Doom, Toho, whatever. I just like playing risky. Like if fucking like snake eyeing or like turning into a snake hit him, it did fucking damage him like that. So cool. It's just so fucking cool, honestly. Um, like I don't know. I just think it's really neat. Hold on. Sorry, I know the camera's glitching like a little bit, but like I said, mostly forgivable. But I don't know. If you're not convinced by now to give it a try, then I don't know what will. I guess unless like I said, you're just not. You're someone like one of my older friends that says I don't like collectathons. I guess then that's just more of a matter of taste than anything else. But I feel like for anyone else, I feel like it's a surefire. I feel like it's a pretty obvious one. Like, of course you play. Of course, well, not buy, but at least give the demo a try. You know, like Demon Tides. I like when games do have demos because I know, like in this day and in this economy, with the gas rates going up really high and all that. I know for a lot of gamers, you can't just spend money willy nilly, but you should try the demo at least. That's probably the smartest way I can recommend you try it. And then see for yourself if you like the game. If you don't like the game, that's fine. You know, but at least give it a try. It's worth that at least, you know? If you don't like it, well, like I said, if you don't like it, nothing, it won't really matter to me. Like, we gotta, you know, just like how I have my preferences, I have things I prefer, and, you know, I might not like other people have different tastes too. I gotta accept that. Not everyone will like a game like this, but for me, this is like my kind of shit. Like, I don't know. I'd really love to find. I'd love to find one of those fucking. You know, I'd love to see one of those fucking bonus levels. I want to show that off. And then, like, maybe then I could stop the video. Like I said, I'm hoping I'm getting better at this. I'm trying to, like, mostly improve on the way I speak about it. I know I'm not the most entertaining guy, and I try not to be boring or whatever, but, like, I don't know. I'm trying to sell people on games. Like, say, oh, this game here, this is like a classic, or this thing that I tell people about, yeah, you should give it a try. Like, um, I try to humble myself, you know. That's why, again, I don't really like getting into subjectivity versus objectivity debates. I find a lot of that fucking boring. Like, even people I like in the past have always gotten into these things. I just kind of think they're boring. Like, I'd rather just talk about what do I like, what do I want to recommend, and what do I want to sell my friends on, you know? Or I don't know. Or I don't know. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But, like, I mean, at the very least, I'm trying. Hmm. I always think about those people that always, like, they complain when shit sucks, but then they never actually try to recommend anything cool or alternate things to give a try. It always frustrates me, yeah? Because it's like, it's always, I always think it comes down to a perspective of not really trying, yeah? Like, like, I don't know, you're telling me you can't find any fun games. Like, no, they all suck. All of them are stinkers. Like, all of them are like say, Suicide killed the Justice League, or I don't know, what's the biggest flop at the moment people talk about? Like, I don't even know if people give a shit about stuff like Concord anymore. But I always think those games, like, while it is interesting at first to talk about their failures, there's only so much you can really say before it gets repetitive and boring. In my opinion, I think it's more boring to talk about failures over and over, like they're like this earth-shattering thing. I know not everybody necessarily is doing videos like that for that reason. Obviously, I understand, but you know, I don't know. I would just like more to hear people talk about what do they like what's a video game that they played recently and thought was fun. All right, you know what? All right, I got an idea. Try to find. I'm gonna try find one of those guys. I'll just show it off instead. I wonder if I could just jump. I wonder if I have to like go all the way there. Or I could just set a beacon, which is it's actually a really convenient thing. Well, okay, I know, modern game thing, but I don't really care. It's convenient. It's convenient for me because I want to show off. I want to show off what a bonus level looks like. Hmm. You know, sometimes I think about it, but even like, you know, I think it's good that it does have a map, but honestly, you don't even really need to look at the mini map most times to know where you're going. That's a sign of really strong design, in my opinion. Whoa! Hey, look, see, you could do cool shit like that. That was fucking cool. I just fucking, I just fucking dashed my way all the way over here. Okay. Wait, okay. Did I go too far, or... I don't know. I think I might have headed the wrong... No, sorry. I think I might have head in the wrong direction. Sorry. No, sorry. Let me try that again. But I don't know. I don't know. I had a thought like that, like right now, like right then when I was doing that. I'm just thinking, see, that is actually something cool I never thought to try until it happened by pure accident. Like, that's what I'm talking about when I say synergy. Like I'm not just making that term up for no reason. You know. Sorry, I'm hitting. Sorry, wrong button. Like, I don't know. Like, see, like doing that is so fucking sad. It's so satisfying in my opinion. Like, fucking jumping out of a fucking jump, like jumping out of a bounce like that. Like it's nothing. Oops. Oops. I damn it. Now I gotta climb up again. But like, you get what I mean. Like, you think of moments like this and you say, that's something that I would want more games to emulate the quality of. I was saying this to one of my best buds on Discord. But one of the most frustrating things that I could think of with open world games isn't so much even that they're open world. I think that a lot of marketing focuses way too much on map size. Like, oh, look at how big the playing field is. Look, you can. It takes you this many hours or whatever to drive from one corner of the map to the next. I know this is not a new complaint. I know this has kind of been a thing that, like, I know just kind of inherently it's just kind of inherently a thing with open world games that you have to kind of account for, but like the thing I hate is not even big map size, it's lack of traversal options and choices. Like, can you imagine if you had all this beautiful space? Could you imagine if you made it 4x bigger just for the sake of it and for no good reason other than, oh well, you know, oh well, we wanted to make the map size bigger. I'm like, bro, who's gonna play that? Like, long term. Like, who's gonna give a shit how big the fucking map is? You know, like long term. I'm saying, like like Breath of the Wild players. Like I don't care. I don't care personally for Breath of the Wild, but I know when I play that game, I know that the reason that game I think is really good, and you know, at least for most people, is because you have so many choices at your disposal. No one gives a shit how big the fucking map for Breath of the Wild is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a game better or worse. It just is. It just, if you don't have the tools though, it don't fucking matter how big the map is. Like, it just, if I made my map 3x size from Mario 64, like, it wouldn't make Mario 64 a better game. It would just it would just drag the pace down, like, be this fucking annoying slog. Like, who wants that, you know? Like, who wants to fucking play a game like that? I don't get it. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not, like, trying to be dismissive or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I could never get anyone who could actually stand that. Like, you're just playing an open world game because, oh, look, the map size is big. It's like, I don't know. It's just like fucking, what do you fucking do? I don't know. I think it stopped impressing me after GTA 5, you know? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not impressed by that anymore. I don't, like I said, I don't really care about that personally, and that's like, I know this is gonna be a random tangent, but it already kind of is anyways. But that's one reason I don't really care about open world games. Well, okay, I should say I do like open world games, but more in a casual sense. I like when good open world games when they undersize their traversal options. Like, and I don't just mean give you a car, give you a plane. Like, I don't mean just that. Like, they give you fun ways to traverse the world. You know, like superhero games like Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk game, or Crackdown, you know, Saints Row 4. I know people don't like that game, but, like, you gotta, I think it does deserve credit for at least having great traversal options, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. It just, I just kind of, I don't know. I really want games to represent good ways to explore choice, you know, without it being this forced arbitrary crap of like, oh well, we want the map size to be bigger for no reason. Like, it's so silly to me. Like, it's so silly that marketing teams, like, all they could talk about is graphics and how big the worlds are. You know, I think that's why I'm just not that interested in a GTA 6, you know? Even if graphically it looks great, like, no disagreements, but in terms of general traversal options, like, I'd rather play a game like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I really would. I would rather play this game than think about an open world game like GTA 6. Like, none of those kind of games impress me. Not on the same level as like a collectathon for me personally, you know? Alright. Damn. Damn, still no main characters there. That sucks. Wait, if I, you know, but yeah. Yeah, it's just like I said, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like a jerk or whatever. I just have these opinions. All right. I did show off a bit of the shop before, but I might as well show off more shit you can buy. Like, see, you could buy hats. Like, you could buy hats or like headwear, different little haircuts, costumes, and like you can customize the way Beebs looks. Like that was the thing also in the first game, but I still appreciate you could do that. You know, you can really make your character how you want them to look, at least with the given choices. Hold on. Yeah, see, like that, like you make her look like that or that. Like, you do whatever you want. Like, it's so cool, honestly. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I'm a very opinionated guy, but I hope you all. I hope you all enjoyed me rambling and talking about a game that I wanted to recommend again. I've just been having this on my mind, thinking Demon Tides is a really cool game, and I want to recommend it to more people. Like with Demon Turf. Demon Turf was fun. Demon Tides is a great sequel so far for what I played, in my opinion. There's a ton still I haven't played yet. Like, just look at this. 7 hours, 37 minutes. I've only done 25% of the content. And I'm already having this much fun, in my opinion. I can only imagine when I complete this game. It could be a potential game of the year for me compared to most other titles. With that said, this is Super Gamer 61499 signing off. I hope you all have an incredible weekend. I hope you all have an incredible day. And I hope you have a great time with your loved ones, a good day, and all that. See ya. See ya, guys.